Hello everyone and welcome to the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series Chase Race number 1 from Talladega here tonight. My name is Adam Baker. I'll be your commentator and welcome to VSPEED, bringing you tonight's race here on YouTube. We got some playoff or chase implications coming into tonight's race. 24 drivers in the chase grid here tonight. And I think it's going to be a good one. 100 laps at Talladega. It's going to make for a very interesting race. Let's bring up our playoff grid here, and you'll be able to see where your favorite driver stands. It looks like David Santini comes into the race tonight. 2 wins on the season. That puts him 10 points up on the competition. Ken McCullough Jr. also 2 wins, so he gets 10 bonus points. And then we have 3 drivers with 1 win apiece, including Josh Bonwell, Jeremy Crandall, Matthew Lee, Andrew Melvin right there behind them. I think he should have also had 5 bonus points. That may just be an issue with our scoring chart here. Timothy Bates, Brett Beasley, Brad Bothwell, Joshua Caudill are going to be in the top 10 coming into tonight's race, but everybody really pretty much tied after Andrew Melvin, and Talladega is a tough track to survive, so we'll have to see how these drivers do here tonight. 100 laps of action at 2.66 mile Talladega, a very historic and popular racetrack, and an interesting site here for these drivers to start their chase run. We're going to bring up the ticker tonight. Anybody with a C in the name, it's not going to present correctly because it's supposed to present the last name. But right now, we do know that David Santini sitting on top of the boards here. He comes in the points leader, and he's going to sit up on top of the qualifying grid right now. But while we have a moment, we want to give a big shout out to iRacing Flea Market, the sponsor of tonight's race in this series. iRacing Flea Market is a great place to check out if you are looking for newer used iRacing or sim racing gear. You can buy and sell over there. It's on Facebook. Check them out, iRacing Flea Market, and get yourself hooked up with the sim gear that you need to take your rig or your performance to the next level. So big shout out to iRacing Flea Market here tonight. Of course, FEG PC, the sponsor and owner of this series. That's Jeffrey Ford. He should be in the chat here. Ford Entertainment Group down there in the chat. And Jeff builds awesome custom PCs, and he knows a lot of people in the iRacing world. And if you need anything to get up and going, he is definitely a guy to talk to. So check him out down in chat. Send him a message if you need a new PC. And I think everybody pretty much set for qualifying right now. Looks like the top 15 took times, but besides that, no one else has put a time in for qualifying. Looks like Brad Bothwell maybe sitting on pit road here in that number 20 machine. But it looks like qualifying now coming to a close, and we're going to run through the starting grid here as the drivers start to make their way onto the track. Let's also take a look at our weather. It's not going to make too much of a difference, but 136-degree track temp. Very, very hot here tonight, and could make this pretty interesting. These B cars pretty slick going down into turn 3 sometimes. So we'll have to see how that works out here. We'll bring up our starting grid here tonight for the 100-lap event at Talladega. Gonna be a good one here tonight. Looks like David Santini on the pole for tonight's race. Comes in the points leader, and he is already putting his hat in the ring here to advance with a potential win tonight. Josh Bonwell also up there in the points, going to be rolling off in 2nd position. So good starting spot for Josh here tonight as well. Andrew Melvin going to be rolling off in 3rd. Matthew Correa rolling off in that 4th position. Ryan Gemmel, one of the VSPEED drivers, is out here, and he's going to be starting in the 5th spot. Jeremy Crandall going to be rolling off in 6th here tonight. Russell Chansey starting in 7th, and Ronnie Royal in 8th position on the outside. Chad Ross going to be rolling off in 9th, and Jose Medina rounds out the top 10 at Talladega on the grid tonight. Robert Carroll starting 11th, Robert Vormwald starting 12th, Brett Beasley going to be rolling off 13th, Timothy Bates 14th, Stephen Fogel 15th, Matthew Lee going to be rolling off in 16th position here tonight. Clint Cox going to be starting in 17th, Cole Johnson 18th, Tyler Pluff Daddy, aka Tyler Pluff, he's going to be rolling off 19th, Brad Bothwell rolling off in 20th position tonight. Travis Rucker going to be rolling off 21st, Jacob Plank rolling off in 22nd position. Chris McCullough going to be rolling off in 23rd, and Jeremy Poole going to be starting in the 24th position here on the outside. In 25th, it's going to be the Beard. 26th, Jeff Smith. 27th, Gary Whitmer. 28th, Gene Rogers. 29th, Ken McCullough Jr. I believe also a two-time winner here this season. So we'll have to see how he makes his way up through the pack. Jeffrey Smith going to be rolling off in 30th here. David McCullough rolling off 31st. Gary Whitmer 32nd. Sean Wilder 33rd. Jared Daniels 34th. Gregory Brandenburg 35th. Alec Conklin 36th. Tim No 37th. Derek Schimmel 38th. And that's going to do it here tonight. 38 drivers on the grid tonight. So it's going to be a good one, I think. And hopefully these guys can keep it together. We can knock some laps out. A couple things to know about tonight's race. Sponsored by iRacing Flea Market. They're going to be doing a random giveaway to a driver on the lead lap about 15 minutes after the race here. So you're going to want to go over there, check out who wins that. It could be any driver finishing on the lead lap. It's just a randomized drawing. Also, the winner of tonight's race will get a custom engraved trophy from VSPEED. So that's a pretty cool prize in and of itself. And we've sent out one to every driver so far this season, including one to David Santini, who's going to be rolling off on the pole here, and Josh Bonwell on that outside. So those guys are looking for another trophy here in race number 1 of the chase, and we'll have to see if either of them can get it done. But the field making their way through turns 3 and 4 now. And we will have to see how these guys do tonight. It's all about survival here at this track, and it could be interesting for some of these guys. See if they can actually make it to the end here. 100 laps, a long ways to go. That's over 250 miles, so probably about as long as the real-life Xfinity races here. Pace car making its way on the pit road. These guys have a little ways to go until they get within the restart zone, with Santini going to be the one to lead them to the green flag here. It's the 9 and the 56 on the front row. And we are almost underway, waiting on the green flag. Pace car is going to beat these guys to the end of pit road, but green flag in the air. Oh, looking like 70 laps here tonight. I guess they changed that, so we will change it as well, as this field is underway now. Race number 1 of the chase here for the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series. The field already fairly spread out. A few drivers not taking to the grid here. We got a couple already dropping to the apron and trying to stay out of it. But meanwhile, Josh Bonwell powering on the outside line. He's going to drop down low in front of David Santini, and he'll take over that top spot. And we'll bring up our ticker here now so you can follow along with your favorite driver throughout tonight's event. And if you haven't already, please comment in chat who you think is going to win tonight's race, or your favorite driver, and we'll try and follow along with them throughout the race. And at the front, though, the 14, Matthew Correa, going to lead that lap just out in front of Josh Bonwell. That high line already working for these guys down through turns 1 and 2, still side by side, 4 rows deep, and after that they get fairly spread out. We've got smaller packs starting to form here, and that is not a surprise. A lot of these guys just looking to make it to the end so they have some kind of shot. So we look in the middle here. This is what it looks like out front of Andrew Melvin. Cars look pretty stable here tonight. I'm actually surprised, since these B cars can be a handful in the draft especially. They make their way through the turn, or through the tri-oval here, now heading up towards turn 1. 2 laps completed already, and everybody's staying clean and green. The 14 machine, Matthew Correa up high, starting to lose some ground there. It looks like he was going to throw a block on Josh Bonwell, who gets a big run in this end of the track, and he's going to get a big push here from the number 9 machine of David Santini. Going down the back straightaway, the 14 a little bit of an edge now, going down to turn 3, with Bonwell powering back underneath. A big run into the corner here, and he's probably going to be able to clear as they make their way through 3 and 4. Indeed he will, but is he going to leave the 9 down there? Is he going to jump up and try and throw a block? Doesn't look like it, as the 14 now coming back on the outside. And again, they make their way through the tri-oval, and Bonwell now with the nose out front, but not sure if he's going to be able to lead this lap. Looks like the 14 got him once again. Yeah, 33 hundredths of a second. Or I'm sorry, 33 thousandths. The difference there. But now it looks like the top 25 or so starting to group back up. At the tail end of this, it's Sean Wilder, Gene Rogers, and then a little ways back to Brad Bothwell, who leads about a 5-car group here. Clint Cox starting to lose the draft, and then behind him we've got quite a few guys. 3 more here, including Tim No, Gregory Brandenburg, and I'm not sure who else that is. The 54, Alec Conklin, 1 lap down. He missed the start here. He's currently in 35th position, 1 lap down. Also, Jeremy Poole missed the start, but he's in this group with those 2 teammates in front of him. The 96 and 69, that's Brett Beasley and Timothy Bates, those American flag cars, which you can see from a mile away. Made in the USA. They're running Camaros and Mustangs. That's pretty cool. Meanwhile, at the front, Matthew Correa has dropped down in front of Josh Bonwell, and now continuing to lead. Bonwell right there behind him, subjected to pushing him now. 56, a little bit of a wiggle there coming out of turn 4, now into the trial. He's all over the back bumper of the 14. We've got a wiggle there from the 24 of Russell Chansey, that UPS Mustang. But he regains control here. The 56 of Bonwell up high. Now going around the outside of Correa. That's going to slow him down after he jumped out of line. And the 9 and 81 trying to side draft each other there. And meanwhile, the 31 of Jose Medina up here, he's just letting cars go by. Maybe doesn't like the look of what he's seeing there. Medina dropping 5 spots since the start of this, but you can see the leaders right up there, and basically if you're on track on the lead lap, you have a shot to win these races here at these super speedways. And everybody doing a good job here, almost a 10th of the way through the race already. Now on lap number 7, it's Josh Bonwell out in front as he dropped back down in front of Crandall now, and the 14 machine of Correa jumps up to the high side. And they're starting to close in on a lap machine. They'll probably catch him coming on the front straightaway, or maybe turns 1 and 2 next lap. We'll have to see what the lap car decides to do. Still a ways up the course actually, so not going to be able to catch him very quickly. Meanwhile, the 22 Jeffrey Smith was peeking to the outside there, maybe looking to take it 3 wide, but thought better of it. So now he's under attack. Chad Ross on the inside, and behind him, Robert Carroll. That's a 01 switch Camaro behind him. Good looking race car here tonight with the MagnaFlow label on his hood. Jared Daniels right here behind him. These guys kind of hanging at the tail end of this lead pack, along with Tyler Pluff, Robert Vormwald, the Beard, Travis Ruckers now caught up to these guys. Gary Whitmer in that 26 machine. He's in the 20th position. Just kind of hanging back here and waiting for something to happen. These guys are racing it up here 2 wide, about 8 to 10 rows deep. Bonwell has gotten away. Correa not able to corral the troops up there on the high line, and now the 22 looking to the outside once again, but he tucks back in line behind Steven Fogel. The 22 really looking for more up there and maybe just trying to get some air as the lap car now up on the high line. As they go 3 wide out of the corner, no issues as we're on the back straightaway. That lap car should get passed up pretty quickly here. That is the number 29 of Ken McCullough Jr. going 1 lap down. I think he missed the start as well. So Ken McCullough Jr. coming in tied for the points lead. Already 1 lap down in 34th position. That's not a good place to be, but he is in the lucky dog spot, so that's some encouragement there at least. If he can get that and avoid any kind of big wrecks, he can still get back up there and race with these guys. Let's take a look at our VSPEED driver here, Ryan Gemmel, the number 21 machine tonight, running the monster paint scheme. It's a scheme we're not used to seeing him run, but they go 3 wide there for a moment. And up on the high line, that was the UPS machine of Russell Chansey. He's still up there, 3 wide. Jeffrey Smith in the middle. Down low, the 28 of Chad Ross, as they're almost making contact. 24 looking for a place to drop down in line. It looks like he's going to get it behind Jeffrey Smith. And he will drop back to the 10th position. And now up in front, it looks like the 73 of Crandall still pushing Bonwell. But a new contender, David Santini, back at the front. After he lost a couple spots there, he's now powering to the outside, and he's going to have the nose out front in turn 2. The field continuing to stay under green. No issues here, really. Not taking it 3 wide very often, but as soon as I say that, we've got one 3 wide. That's the 81 machine, Ronnie Royal, stuck in the middle. And he's got the 22 of Jeffrey Smith and the 24 of Russell Chansey up on the high line, but plenty of room to race here. You can even take it 4 wide if you're feeling dangerous. But they settle back in 2 wide. The 81 of Royal settles in 3rd on that high line, able to stay in front of the 22 and 24 as they peak up high one more time. Right now, we got 24 cars really in reach of the leader. 2.7 seconds back to Matthew Lee, one of the fan favorites here. And race winner earlier this season at Michigan. He's currently 2.7 seconds back at the tail of this pack here. And then it is 12.2 back to Brad Bothwell. They're on the same straightaway, but just barely. He's got 3 cars pushing him, but they are just losing time now, about half a second a lap or more. And it looks like Clint Cox losing touch with those drivers. He's in 29th position right now, in danger of losing any draft as he's running, actually running faster than those in front of him. They might be slowing down to let him catch back up. Meanwhile, at the front, Santini with the nose out front. He's got the 14 of Correa right behind him. And they continue to go 2 wide here, side by side. It's good racing, good clean racing, good pushing right now. Driver's not making any mistakes yet. And it looks like Royal, once again, a little bit lower than that outside line, and the 22 was taking a look. As now we've got the 01 going up to that third lane, but he's not going to have any drafting help up there, and he drops straight back into the 2nd lane. 2 by 2 they go around the start-finish line one more time, now onto lap 14. So 20% of the way through this race already. And not a whole lot going on. Everybody pretty much sitting in line and waiting for this race to progress a bit more. We'll get green flag pit stops probably in 15 to 20 laps. No issues for anybody here. It looks like the 14 having to jump out of line. Matthew Correa was trying to get some air on the nose of that race car as he's been pushing Santini this entire time. The 14 now almost gets fully to the outside. He gets a big shove to the 9 coming out of turn 4. 73 was peaking down low, trying to get air to his grill as well. 136-degree track temp here. Can't be helping the cooling systems of these race cars. And welcome everyone here watching tonight. Chase race number 1. Talladega Super Speedway here. 70 laps tonight at this big track here in Alabama. And we got some good racing going on, and 24 drivers in the Chase grid tonight. Already on lap 15 here, as it looks like the 14 peeking back to the outside one more time. He's just trying to get air on the grill of that race car so he can get some coolant to that engine, and it's just not working for him right now. They're losing steam on the outside. Gets back to the bumper of Santini as they go back down into turn number 1. Side by side still, about the first 15 cars. And we've got some stragglers here in this lead pack all the way back to, I think, about 24th. It's Cole Johnson now at the back as Matthew Lee has moved up a few spots. And it looks like the number 30 machine of Johnson, I don't know what he's doing exactly, just trying to scope it out as he jumps all the way down to the apron. In front of them, we've got Gary Whitmer Jr., the 26 and the 33. Father and son here racing it up, 19th and 20th position, the Pepsi and Pizza Hut, which is a good combo. Just reminded me I haven't had dinner yet, but pizza sounds pretty good right now. Travis Rucker just in front of them, at number 83 Supra. Doing a good job here, currently 18th in line with these drivers. As we see the 31 machine starting to lose ground. That's Jose Medina. He was up just outside the top 10 for a little while, but continuing to drop. He is now in 15th as the field still double file, about 6-7 rows deep. We see drivers peaking down low. It almost looked like they were going to come to pit road, but it's a little bit too early for that, only 17 laps in. Meanwhile, Russell Chansey all over the back bumper of Chad Ross. And the 24 and 22 are a couple drivers that have been pushing and been very aggressive here as the 24 peaking down low, trying to get some air to the nose of that race car, and also trying to scope out what's up in front of him. But everything pretty steady right now, though. As soon as I say that, Stephen Fogel gets pinched down and almost was 3 wide there. 37 looked like he was going to try and make a move on the number 81 of Ronnie Royal. Correa still having to jump out of line. That number 14 starting to get hot again, but that's the only way they're going to keep up with Bonwell and Crandall down on the inside line. Field continuing on their way. The 14 now up high. The 9 throws a block on him. 14 just riding that right rear quarter panel. He gives him a little bit of a push here coming out of the corner, which is definitely a dangerous thing to do. These cars don't love being pushed unless you're going in a straight line. So the noses don't all line up to the back bumpers on these cars. But right now, everybody doing a good job. We're still double file, still racing it out. I think now would be a good time to go side by side for a quick commercial break. Almost lap 20 now. We'll be right back with more commentary in just a moment.
Okay, we're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Fresh dough made from scratch daily.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you'd like.
It's all one price.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven
For fast bar perfection.
That's Blaze Pizza. Sound good?
Then come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back here after that quick break. And still Josh Bonwell out in front. Jeremy Crandall there in second behind him. But everything going smoothly for these drivers here tonight. 73 still giving them a big push down the front straightaway here into the tri-oval. It's the status quo at the front. We got Santini up high with Correa behind, and then Josh Bonwell with Jeremy Crandall, but the field's starting to get a bit more strung out. We're really going single file now, and haven't seen any drivers make pit stops yet. Now 22 laps into the event. We've got cheering going on for David Santini up in the front, Josh Bonwell as well, and Matthew Lee. We've got cheers in chat for him as well. He's currently running in that 21st spot, but up at the front, they're starting to catch up to some lap traffic, I think. You see those two cars up there. They're going to get caught pretty quickly. Josh Bonwell, oh, that's 3 cars. And that is the teammates of Timothy Bates, Brett Beasley, and then I believe Gregory Brandenburg, possibly. Oh, no, that is someone else with them. I can't tell what number that is. Brett Beasley right here as well. I think the 52, that's Jeremy Poole, I believe. Yes, it is. He's 1 lap down. In danger of going a 2nd lap down. So this will be interesting as the field just making their way underneath now. We've got the 14 of Correa up high, but this is going to be 3 wide for a few rows deep. And those cars much slower, but they give them plenty of room here in the tri-oval. We'll have to see when things tighten up a little bit more. We got contact and a crash here. The 28 machine, Chad Ross, going around and a big wreck here, and a few cars still crashing. And that'll put us under caution number 1. Let's take a look. I think Chad Ross was at the start of this, or at least he got hooked by someone here tonight. The 28 machine, Chad Ross, as they were making their way through the tri-oval, a little bit of a tap from the 24. He gets to the outside and then just hooks him. Takes out the 81, the 52, the 39 involved in this. So we've got other cars that were caught up at the end. That was the 33 of Whitmer, who had nowhere to go really, as the 81 was bouncing off the wall. And the C did not quite part for Whitmer the way you would hope. The 81 just bouncing off there. We also saw the 24 machine, Russell Chansey. He was at the start of this somewhat. Dirty windshield. But yeah, he gets hooked there, bouncing off a couple cars down on the inside line. I don't think anybody else ran into him. So he's lucky in that way, but not what you want to see. And just up in front of this, we had Andrew Melvin. Ryan Gemmel was right there in front. The 01 of Robert Carroll gets sent down to the inside. So chaos here, taking out quite a few drivers. And we'll have to look at our playoff grid here and see who was caught up in this one. But the top 5 or so were not. They were just in front of it. Josh Bonwell, a leader at the point of the caution. Santini 2nd, Crandall 3rd, Matthew Correa 4th. So these drivers will pretty much line up where they were running beforehand, with Crandall behind Bonwell. But we'll have to see when these guys make pit stops here, as they are now working out of turn 4. They'll probably head down pit lane here this time. Let's take a look at our other pit lane camera. It looks like basically the whole field going to be making their way down. And I don't know who got the lucky dog, possibly Timothy Bates. Yeah, Timothy Bates looking like he got the lucky dog here. Ken McCullough Jr. Not in a good spot for a playoff driver. And it looks like the 22 machine possibly missing his box. Yeah, did not make a stop here. He missed his pit box, so Jeffrey Smith's going to roll out here, and he's going to be the leader for the moment, but Josh Bonwell going to win the race off pit road. Looks like Santini second, possibly. We'll have to see how they score him here. So it's Bonwell, and then Jeremy Crandall showing as second. Santini third, Matthew Correa fourth, Andrew Melvin fifth, Ryan Gemmel sixth. So a little bit of a shakeup here inside the top 5, but most of the same contenders going to be up inside the top 15. No real massive shakeups there. A couple positions lost or gained through the pit cycle. And we want to focus in here on Tyler Pluff, who at one point this season was leading the points, but he comes in quite a ways back in the standings. You can see here he's currently scored 18th. I mean, really just tied up between 7th on back. And yeah, so I mean, he didn't capture a win. He ran so well through the majority of at least the first half of the season. He was up at the front and contending for wins week in and week out, but just wasn't able to capture one. But let's take a look at some of the drivers that were caught up in this one. McCullough Jr., a little bit of damage on his race car. I didn't see if Matthew Lee got caught up in this one. Looks like he was able to make it through, so good job by Matthew. Timothy Bates, he survived it. He was up on the outside when all that happened, so good job by him. It looks like, let's see, Brad Bothwell, if he is in tonight's race. That car is clean as well. Joshua Caudill, don't believe is in tonight's race. Alec Conklin, that car looks okay. Yeah, so quite a few up inside the top 15 in points. Were fine through that wreck. We had a few that were caught up though, but one that was not was Josh Bonwell, who captured a win at Indianapolis. I believe that was the last race we broadcast for this league. It was about 3, maybe 4 weeks ago. It's been a little while, and it's good to be back here and watching these guys run. We had a nice green flag run there at the start. And if you're just tuning in here tonight, this is VSPEED. My name is Adam Baker, and I'm the commentator here tonight. Tonight we are live on YouTube here for the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series, but we are usually live over on Twitch for a couple different leagues throughout the week. You can catch us over there Wednesday through Saturday, broadcasting each night. You can also check us out on Facebook, where we announce each and every race that we're broadcasting throughout the week. You can also check us out on Instagram and Twitter at VSpeedSim, where we make special announcements for new events and new leagues, new merchandise, etc. You can check us out over there and stay up to date with what VSPEED is doing. Of course, tonight's race brought to you by iRacing Flea Market. We want to give a big shout out to those guys for sponsoring this series this season. You can head on over to the iRacing Flea Market on Facebook, and if you're looking for new or used sim racing equipment, you can buy or sell over there, get some good advice as well, and take your sim racing experience to the next level with help from fellow iRacers. So head on over to the iRacing Flea Market, where they're going to be doing a giveaway for a random driver on the lead lap in tonight's race about 15 minutes after the race ends. So check them out. Also, again, shout out to Ford Entertainment Group for sponsoring this series. You can message Jeff in the chat here, Ford Entertainment Group. He builds some awesome PCs for a very reasonable price, and he can help you set something up for exactly what you need, whether you're going to be doing your own streaming or commentating, or just racing, or building paint schemes. he can help you out with whatever you want to do. So send Jeff a message if you're looking for a new PC. And if you haven't already, if you're enjoying the race tonight, consider subscribing here on YouTube. Also check us out on Twitch. Give us a like or follow over there. We would really appreciate it. It helps us continue to bring you great racing action here on VSPEED. The field now going double file once again. We're going to get the green flag next time by with the pace car lights off. And long pace laps around this place, so we got a little bit of time to kill. Let's take a look at our race recap so far. We've had 5 lead changes up there at the front, just the 1 caution coming a few laps ago. A big wreck taking out about 10 cars, I think. They should be able to continue on their way, but going to have some damage at least to the majority of those vehicles. Some of them still working on pit road right now. Tim No, one of those drivers right there in the 00 machine. Also the 77 of Gregory Brandenburg here, and then you see the 39 of Jared Daniels. No front end on that race car. So we now see the 83 of Travis Rucker, or I'm sorry, that's the, I don't know what number that was. Coming off a pit road there. But meanwhile at the front, Bonwell, it's going to be the control car here on the restart. We'll have to see when he chooses to go, and that can be key to maintaining a lead or having somebody pass you on the back straightaway. So when you go on the front straightaway, these cars don't get up to speed until about turn 3, even with the draft. Now the pace car making its way down onto pit road. Field working their way into the tri-oval. And it's going to be another start here. The 56, the 73 on the front row, previously working together, now going to be working against each other. And the 2 that were racing up on the high line also going to be working against each other. But Josh Bonwell now on the throttle, and we are back underway here at Talladega. We'll bring up our ticker one more time so you can follow along with your favorite driver. As Bonwell out in front, the 73 of Crandall trying to stay alongside in side draft, but he is losing ground up high. Is now Santini down low. The 73 almost tried to slide into a hole that wasn't there. And Crandall all on his own on the outside. And he's going to lose some spots here unless he gets help. And it looks like the 37 of Stephen Fogel going to jump up behind him, give him a big push going down into turn 3. Yeah, big run there as he stays nearly alongside Santini, and we'll see if Santini tries to make any kind of a move here, jump up high. Looks like he's sliding that way. Bonwell trying to move up and throw a block, but Santini gets there before him, and now David Santini going to have a lot of help from Crandall. And the 14 of Correa now going down low. Josh Bonwell in the middle. He's about to lose some spots here if he can't figure out a line. And Santini now to the bottom line. Still 3 wide for second. Now 3 wide for third. We got contact with the 37 of Fogel getting hit by Crandall, and he gets turned down into the 25 of Andrew Melvin, but somehow they don't wreck. And they continue on their way. Great bit of driving from these guys, but a little farther back here we're a little bit mixed up. Some cars were 4 wide for a moment, and we've got other cars kind of trying to check up, but yeah, a lot of ground lost by the majority of these drivers, and really it's a top 4 breakaway, top 5 breakaway with Ryan Gemmel right here hanging tough with them. And then it's over 2.5 seconds back to Stephen Fogel in that number 37 car that was nearly wrecked there. So good save by him. Meanwhile, at the front now, Ryan Gemmel going to leapfrog David Santini, Matthew Correa. And Ryan Gemmel, once again, one of the VSPEED drivers. He is known for being very good at these super speedways. It's one of the skill sets that he possesses, and it's amazing to see how he can find his way forward. But right now riding in third, and I think the battles to watch are going to be from 6th on back with some damaged race cars in here. And these guys kind of scrambling for positions here after that little bit of a mess that happened. They're going to have to organize themselves to try and make a run back towards the front because they are losing time. Over 2 seconds on the last lap. We'll see what they clock in this time. Stephen Fogel leading it. They run about the same time. Actually, a touch faster for a few of these guys, but overall, I don't know how much time they're going to gain on the leaders if they can't stay organized. Meanwhile, the 91 of Sean Wilder up here on the outside, he's not helping anything here by not slotting in line, but he is going to give a push now to the number 29 machine of Ken McCullough Jr., who is 1 lap down, and he's fighting for the lucky dog position. McCullough currently second, 1 lap down, and his either brother or relative here, Chris McCullough, leading this second pack now. He is also 1 lap down, so not sure what happened to the McCulloughs here, but they are both off the lead lap, 28th and 29th respectively. And they are starting to catch up. It's now 2.8 seconds the gap from 6th to the leader. You can see him starting to close back in. I think they should be able to get there. At this rate, they are gaining about 4/10 a lap, unless some kind of a big mistake happens. And the leader's going to have to stay organized as well, as we see Correa jump up high, and he's now right to the back bumper of Santini. These guys are sticking together fairly well, but a little ways back, Stephen Fogel starting to close even more. And he's running behind the number 5 machine. Oh, looks like Fogel down to the apron. Not sure what happened to Fogel, maybe overheating there. I didn't see the car blow up, but he is well off the pace right now. And losing spots left and right. He drops all the way back to the end of this pack, and he's going to lose the draft as well. That 37 machine was definitely overheating, and that's why he did that. No real reason to do anything like that otherwise. And meanwhile, they're still racing it up too wide at the tail end of this pack, but that's not going to hurt these first 8 or so drivers that are trying to push forward. And somebody who's made a great recovery here, Timothy Bates, who was a lap down, I believe, at the time of the caution. He got the lucky dog, and he's now back up into the 11th position, doing a good job here. And meanwhile, the 39 bouncing it off the wall right there. Jared Daniels, that car already destroyed. He's 1 lap down now, and not going to be in contention to win this race, but the best he can hope for is to finish on the lead lap and at least have a shot at the giveaway. As now Robert Vormwald up here in the 10th position. He is given a big push, looking left and right now on Jeffrey Smith. And it looks like Vormwald actually 11th position. Oh no, 10th position, but we did have the number 37 of Stephen Fogel take it to pit road, and he has called it a night after running up inside the top 10. Fogel all done here. But at the front, Josh Bonwell side by side with Santini through turns 1 and 2. It's 3 cars on the low line, Ryan Gemmel being the last of them. And he's going to give a push here to Jeremy Crandall and Josh Bonwell as 6th on back. Andrew Melvin starting to catch up to this pack with the number 5 machine of Chris McCullough leading them. Andrew Melvin here in 6th position. He is looking for more and hoping to get back up there to compete for a win. Meanwhile, the 83 of Rucker under attack from Robert Vormwald. And the 96, I think that's the 96. Oh, it's the 69 of Timothy Bates, who we were just talking about. He drops down just in front of Ken McCullough, barely clearing him there. That's a dangerous move to make. McCullough comes in tied for the points lead, and he has a lot to lose here. But meanwhile, they have caught back up to the leaders, the head of that second group now. Andrew Melvin right there with the top 5. He is caught up. And then number 5 of Chris McCullough, he is looking to get back on the lead lap the hard way, giving a big shot there to Jeremy Crandall out of turn 4. Good racing by these guys, and some well-timed bumps as Crandall down into the grass. He's going to hang on to it, but trying to get it back up on the racing groove. They're going to be 3 wide for a moment. And Crandall able to hang on to it, maybe just a little bit of a tap there on his back bumper through the tri-oval, which can be very dangerous. Let's actually take a look at what happened here. Yeah, 5 just a little hooked there. And a great job hanging onto it by Jeremy Crandall. That's an impressive save. Not one that a lot of drivers will make here on the service. So we're going 3 wide now. Travis Rucker up to the outside. Oh, we've got a car sliding around Timothy Bates. Oh man, what a job he just did. I didn't see exactly how he started to lose it, but oh, just the air taken off the back, and he hangs onto it. The 10 machine of Vormwald able to stay out of him. That's a great job by all those drivers to avoid contact, and Vormwald able to tell that story another day. He's going to be able to keep going. Timothy Bates now all the way back to 14th. Actually didn't lose too many spots, but that was a scary moment for sure. They are approaching lap traffic here. They're 3 wide at the front almost. They're going to have to go 2 wide with those slow cars up there. That's the 33 machine. As they are now going a lap down, that is Gary Whitmer and then the 81 machine of Ronnie Royal. Both those cars no hoods or no noses on the race car, so that's not going to help aerodynamics here at this long super speedway. Now about to go 3 wide, the 56 of Bonwell, who's been shuffled back. Santini out in front. Ryan Gemmel giving him a run for his money up on the high line with a push from Chris McCullough, who's trying to get back on the lead lap. The 22 machine drifts up the track there. The 56 of Bonwell trying to stick with him here and get that low line moving again, but Bonwell going to abandon, jump up high, and here goes McCullough down to the inside. He's going to try and get his way onto the lead lap the hard way. As he's got his nose out in front. He's definitely the lucky dog if anything happens here, but he doesn't even want to have to start at the tail end of the field. He wants to start with all the leaders here if he can stay on this lead lap. Right now he's out in front of them, showing basically neck and neck. I think he's going to be scored 1 lap down at the line. Here's Gemmel gets turned, and Ryan Gemmel down to the inside. I think he hit the inside wall. Oh yeah, that engine blown on that race car. Gemmel, unfortunate. Let's go back and see what happened here. As he was getting pushed by Correa, who just hooks him on the outside. Gemmel nowhere to go, and Chris McCullough, who had earned his way onto the lead lap, caught up in this. I think he just more got looped here. The 5 car, yeah, just loops it around, and I think he was able to hang on to it. Great save to keep it going forward, but Gemmel, unfortunate. He was up there contending for the lead, actually did lead the lap, and he's going to be done for the night, trying to make his way back around here. That car severely out of power, and it would not surprise me if he didn't make it back around. But a heck of a job by the rest of the drivers to avoid contact there. And we continue under green with Josh Bonwell now cycling back into the lead, and we're on lap 42. These drivers pitted about 20 laps ago, and this is about when we saw them starting to get anxious again. And I'd expect a pit stop here in the next 5 to 10 laps. And then maybe just the run to the end. As Gemmel, it looks like the engine blown on that race car. He's still limping it through turn 4. Josh Bonwell out in front, and it's about the top. Let's see here. Top 16, all within striking distance, 1.7 separating the top 16 as we see Vormwald up high. He's struggling with the handling on that car now as he drifts all the way back to 15th. And Bonwell looking for a victory here in race number 1 of the chase. Doing a good job. Clear track out in front of him. Tyler Pluff has impressed here tonight as well. He is up into the 7th position, up from 19th. This is a view from the front of his race car, the snap-on Camaro. Or I'm sorry, that is a Ford Mustang. He was running Camaros earlier in the season. And Highline powering right around him. Jose Medina, Timothy Bates, as well as the 91 of Sean Wilder now making his way up into contention here. The Mountain Dew machine up on the Highline, racing side by side with Santini, and Wilder trying to get up there and race for this lead as he now gets a great run out of turn 2. Big push from Timothy Bates, who was a lap down at one point in this race. And Wilder started in 33rd. He's now out in front of Bonwell, cuts it down in front of him. That's going to stack him up a little bit. The 33 here, dangerous move at the front of the field. And we'll have to see if the 56 is happy about that. I don't think he will be. As they make their way through the tri-oval one more time, coming to lap 45. Out of the 70 scheduled here tonight. And these guys racing for a trophy and the win, and if they're in the playoffs or chase, they are looking for a lock into round 2. So many drivers here so close in points. They're all separated by 10 points in the top 24, so it's anybody's shot at the championship. And if you win the championship here in the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series, you win a custom PC, I believe, so a lot on the line here if they can take the championship. Meanwhile, at the front, these guys still racing it out side by side, but out in front, Sean Wilder has dropped down in front of Bonwell and David Santini. Santini now looking up to the Highline, and he's got a bit of nose damage and bumper damage on that race car. As he is still maintaining pace, though, you can see that he's not quite up to speed with those top 2 on his own. As he jumps now to the outside of Josh Bonwell, trying to get the run. Bonwell going to make the move now and go to the outside of Sean Wilder. And the battle for the lead on once again here. It's been very competitive at the front. Not really many mistakes by these drivers here as they go into 3 and 4. On lap 46. They continue on their way, and like I said, top 16 all within 1.6 seconds of each other, the last of them being Robert Vormwald. And then it's 5 seconds back from Vormwald to Jacob Plank, who leads this 3-car pack here. And then it's another 13 seconds back to Gene Rogers, and Gregory Brandenburg is 37 seconds back. This number 77 machine being pushed by the 88 of David McCullough, who's 27 laps down, obviously missed the start here. That car looks brand new, but he missed the start and not going to have a shot at a win here tonight for sure. And now in front, still Bonwell with that 91 machine looking high. Santini up there as well with a push from Correa. They've been working together all race. Now a big run coming out of turn 4. Santini's going to start to challenge for the lead here. The 91 not close enough to the bumper of Bonwell, and the 9 going to go to the lead here. Coming out of the tri-oval, Santini back on top. As we click over to lap 48. Correa now jumping to the high line, looking to take it 3 wide possibly. He tucks back in line. The 91 drifting up from the low line a little bit as they are coming up on Jeremy Poole, the number 52 No Fear machine. Very slow in that 3rd lane, and they're gonna settle down, filter down to 2 rows now instead of 3 that they could have been. But Santini losing a lot of ground now. The bottom line is once again surged. The high line is losing positions here. Correa looking for a way around. Obviously Santini's car is hurt with all that nose damage, and possibly should be pushing instead of leading, but that's never really what runs through your mind when you're out on track. You always want to be out in front. It's usually the best chance at avoiding contact, but Ryan Gemmel was caught up in something there just a few laps ago while leading, so you're not safe anywhere on these racetracks with so many cars so close together. And again, coming down into turn 3, still 2 wide. Josh Bonwell, David Santini now big run on the back straightaway. He is looking to challenge for the lead coming out of turn 4, but they lose a little bit of ground. Here comes the push from Correa once again. They just had to reload the gun, and here they go, shooting for the lead one more time. Santini, big run through the tri-oval, and Correa right on his bumper, but we saw Correa hook Gemmel around this area, so they didn't stay lined up correctly, and they're both going to drop down in front of Bonwell, so they clear him and go to first and second. And I don't see anyone making their pit stops at the moment. Jared Daniels on pit road, but he is getting damage fixed. He's not making his green flag stop. Santini out in front, Correa in second. Here comes Timothy Bates on the high line. Little wiggle there in the corner. We saw him get loose earlier. He was able to hang on to it, but he's got a push from Jose Medina in that 31 machine, who started just inside the top 10 there in 10th. They work around the 81 machine of Ronnie Royal. Timothy Bates now to the lead. He leads that lap, I believe. Yes, he does. He's going to drop down in line, it looks like, and he's going to abandon the 31 up high, but Medina still has help from Travis Rucker, that number 83 car, as well as the 29 of Ken Rucker, who's looking to do what Chris McCullough did and make his way back onto the lead lap the hard way. Chris McCullough had done it. He got caught up in the incident with Gemmel. But Ken McCullough Jr. just in sight of getting back on the lead lap the hard way, and he's doing a good job up there giving those two a push. The 31 of Medina now with the nose out front. As we've got cars making their way on the pit road. Bonwell gets passed up, I believe, by a couple cars. They filter onto pit road, no issues there. Oh, and the 91 across the pit lane. He gets into Correa. And tragedy for Correa. Oh, as he gets sent down into the wall there. Oh, Correa, such a good race he was running, and he's going to be out of contention here. I don't even know if that car is going to be strong enough to get out in time to stay with the other drivers, as Bonwell now making his way off the pit lane. We'll see if anybody else. It looks like the 31 machine of Jose Medina going to come down along with a handful of others. Andrew Melvin right there. And they make it on safely. It's hard sometimes coming down from 200 miles an hour, as we see. What car is that behind them? Is that Ken McCullough? No, it's another car. I'm really not sure. But these guys getting back up to speed here. They're still on the lead lap, but the leaders closing in behind. Travis Rucker now the leader, and he is in sight of those previous leaders, but he has not made his pit stop just yet. The top 7 still staying out. Gene Rogers 23 seconds back from Rucker. This number 2 machine, he still has yet to make a stop. We'll see when these guys come in. Probably going to be this time, I think. And we got a late commitment there from Timothy Bates, locking it up. He's going to miss the pit lane. Oh, and Bates out into the grass after such a good recovery. He's going to get a penalty for that. And coming down into the pits, Ken McCullough trying to avoid him. And he will stay safe there, but Timothy Bates, tragedy for him as well. If this thing goes green, he is well out of contention. The 83 of Rucker out in front, continuing to lead. Santini behind him. And then Timothy Bates currently scored his first of the cars that have pitted, but that is not going to be the case. Matthew Lee just in front here with the beard. Those two out in front of Bonwell. And Matthew Lee has made up ground here in this final bit of the race through the pit cycle. But he's getting passed now by Bonwell, Gary Whitmer Jr. also going by, and majority of the drivers have made their stops. Here comes Rucker and Santini, the final 2 to come down pit road. The 9 car charging hard on the pit road. He does a good job to stay off of Rucker. But that promotes Bonwell to the lead if he can beat these guys back around. Coming out of turn 2 here, it's the 56, the 26. Here comes Matthew Lee down to the inside. He's looking for the lead. A big push from the beard there, the number 3 machine behind him. And Bonwell now gonna lose out on that. The 04, though, drifts up to go around Ken McCullough, who gets out right around these guys, but he's not up to speed yet, and the 04 out in front. Travis Rucker making his way off pit road, but you can see the leaders now are going to be closing in on the frame here. Yep, they're just at the edge of the frame. Travis Rucker out in front. Josh Bonwell now closing. You can see Travis Rucker there up on the apron. Caution is out. During the pit cycle, at the end of it, I should say, Matthew Correa involved in this. That car is done for good this time. Let's go back and see what happened to Correa here. The 14 threw a block on the 91 who got into him on pit road. A little bit of an intentional block, and that is what did it for him here tonight. Or, oh, yeah, he got blocked. Let's take a look from the 91's perspective, I think. See if I can get Sean Wilder's nose cam here, or the in-car cam. 14 was not letting him go around. So much speed there. And Sean Wilder taken out along with Matthew Correa. I think they collected someone else. Oh my gosh, Jeremy Poole right there with them. I gotta take a look at the in-car in this. And this is a heck of a job by Jeremy Poole to avoid this as he saw it happening. Checks up here, has to power through it. No contact made, so great job by Jeremy to stay in contention. He is 3 laps down, but he's not out of it completely. Travis Rucker able to hang on through the cycle there. He pitted later than everyone, but a timely caution will put him in the lead. And we're getting closer and closer to 10 to go. We're actually going to go side by side under caution here, and we'll be right back with the green flag action.
Okay, we're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
Artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Fresh dough made from scratch daily.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you'd like.
It's all one price.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven.
For fast fire perfection.
That's Blaze Pizza. Sound good?
Then come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
All right, and we are back here. I think we're going to get the green flag one more time around here. This field making their way out of turn number 4 right now. Going to be approaching the tri-oval here. It is Travis Rucker out in front. And if you're just joining us tonight, this is the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series, sponsor of tonight's event and this series. We want to give a big shout out to them. If you want to head on over to the iRacing Flea Market, you can get your own sim racing equipment over there. If you don't have some already, you can also upgrade or buy or sell what you have. It's a great place to get advice as well on how to improve your setup. So head on over to the iRacing Flea Market, where we're going to be doing a giveaway after tonight's event to a random driver on the lead lap. That's going to be given away by Jeffrey Ford here at the Ford Entertainment Group, another sponsor of tonight's race. And also tonight we are live here on YouTube on VSPEED. My name is Adam Baker. I am the commentator here tonight. So we are live here for the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series on YouTube on Monday nights. We're here tonight. We're going to be racing next week and then a few more to end out this season. But we're usually live over on Twitch throughout the week. That's going to be Wednesdays through Saturdays. We are live on Twitch until the end of the year. That's going to be the case. Also, you can check us out on Facebook, where we announce each and every broadcast ahead of time, and also on Instagram and Twitter, where we make special event announcements. So follow us on those platforms. If you're enjoying tonight and you haven't already, please consider subscribing here on YouTube. Also head over to Twitch, give us a follow on that platform. We would really appreciate it. It helps us to continue to bring you great racing content each and every week. And tonight's race is chase race number 1. This is the chase grid that you see on your screen. That's their points coming into tonight's race. So 10 points separating first through 24th, and it's going to be interesting to see how everybody makes it out of here. And only one more race left in this round after tonight. No, you did not miss the end there. We are just under commercial break still, so yeah, we're gonna be going green this time by. But yeah, if you see your favorite driver up there on the list, we'll see how they make it out of tonight's race. Definitely gonna be an interesting one here with just over 10 to go. And I don't think we are done causing cautions yet. Josh Bonwell out in front with Travis Rucker. Travis Rucker going to be the control car here on this restart. Started in 21st, he's up to the lead now. And the 83 on the throttle. Good jump there with Bonwell on the outside. Bonwell actually beating him through the gears here. Number 83 machine down low, going to try and fight back with a big push here from Matthew Lee, another fan favorite. And they have a push from the number 3 machine behind them, but the top 7 or so still pretty much double file, excluding the top 2. And then a bit of a shuffle going on back here. Looks like David Santini back here now outside the top 10. Santini the pole sitter here tonight. He has led 6 laps. It's been interesting to see why he's back here. Racing double file now. He's trying to get back up there and contend for a win tonight. This is going to be an interesting one to see if he can do it. Meanwhile, Bonwell now up to the outside again. He's going to get a good run out of turn 4 and across the start-finish line and out in front of the leader, Travis Rucker. The 56 with the nose out front. He's got a big push from Gary Whitmer Jr. As the 26 looking for a way around. He peeks to the outside now, ducks back in line. Nowhere to go up there as they're right up against the wall. The 26 riding with him. Not going to follow him down to the inside. Bonwell gets faked out, and the 26 now going to stay up high with a push from Crandall. And I think the place to be when you're coming to the finish is on that outside line. If you can be nose to nose with the leader on the inside line, you have a good shot at winning because of the momentum coming out of the trial. Well, now we're going 3 wide here. That is Timothy Bates in the middle. Oh, we got contact right behind him. The 31 machine of Jose Medina. Also the 00 Tim No caught up in something there. We've got some shuffling going on farther forward, but I think that was the caution. The 00 and the 30. That's Tim No, Cole Johnson getting together. And I don't think anybody really wrecked. Let's see what happened here. Taking a look at Tim No, that 00 machine. Down on the inside line. Oh, the 31 Medina, I think was the one caught up in this. 31, little bit hooked here, I think, by the 20. That is the scenario. Oh, and the 2 gets big contact in the side. The 00 of Tim No mostly stayed off of him. Let's actually right on board here. Just a little tap, and they were going about the same speed, so a little bit of damage for Tim. But not too bad as Medina, great job hanging onto it and staying out of anybody else's way. Gene Rogers here with some side damage on that race car. But he continues on his way. Hit him pretty square in the right rear. I'm not sure how that's going to help his steering. This car kind of looks like he's having trouble keeping it in a straight line. Not exactly sure if he's got suspension damage back there. Meanwhile, Josh Bonwell in the lead when that all happened. So Bonwell in a good position here, and we're not going to have too many laps left after we go green. So he's going to have to try and hold him off here. Travis Rucker started all the way back in 21st. He is in second. Gary Whitmer Jr. in third after starting in 27th, and Matthew Lee up to fourth after starting 16th. Jeremy Crandall running right about where he started, 1 position up. Andrew Melvin has lost a few spots since the start, but was kind of out of the picture for a bit there. Now back in the picture. You see the number 3 here, the Beard, starting in 25th. He's up to 7th. Jeffrey Smith up 22 spots here into 8th. Robert Vormwald in 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is Tyler Pluff, up 9 positions from where he started. So Pluff doing a good job. And driver I'm still keeping my eye on, Ken McCullough Jr. He's still 1 lap down. And I don't believe he is going to get the lucky dog here. Looks like Alec Conklin, that number 54. He is going to get that lucky dog. So Ken McCullough Jr. has missed out, but he has gained some spots here in the last bit of this race, and he still has a shot to get back on the lead lap with only him and Chris McCullough being 1 lap down. And Chris had some issues up there at the front while he was trying to work his way onto the lead lap the hard way. He got kind of collected when Ryan Gemmel got spun. Also, Sean Wilder involved in that last one. He has called it a night. It looks like currently in the 29th position. He did lead a couple laps here, but he's going to be done for the race. Josh Bonwell, meanwhile, he is not done yet. He is looking for another victory. This would be, I believe, his 2nd in a row. Yes, indeed. He won Indianapolis 3 weeks ago. That was the last race we broadcast here. And Bonwell looking to go back-to-back here and start off the chase with a victory and advance onto the second round if he can do it. It's been a good one here. A lot of green flag action. Let's actually recap this. 19 lead changes. Which is quite a bit here. Very competitive at the front. Just the 3 cautions. With these last 2 coming in pretty rapid succession. And on track here, the temps have not changed. 137-degree track temperature might be the hottest I have ever seen on a broadcast here. So hasn't really been an issue, but we have seen a couple cars get sideways in the middle of the corner and able to hang on to it luckily, but overall everybody's done a great job hanging on to their cars tonight with contact even. But we continue to work under caution here, and it's going to be interesting to see how some of these guys do here, what their strategy is for these closing laps. Bonwell just out in front. I think we're going to get the one to go next time by, so we are going to cut again to side by side with these long caution laps. We'll be right back with the green flag.
Okay, we're going to keep this quick.
Because at Blaze Pizza,
Artisanal quality at crazy fast speed is what we're all about.
Fresh dough made from scratch daily.
Walk the line and choose any toppings you'd like.
It's all one price.
Then it's just 180 seconds in our blazing hot oven.
For fast fire perfection.
That's Blaze Pizza. Sound good?
Then come check us out and build your own pizza at Blaze Pizza.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
We are about to get going one more time. The field working through 3 and 4 now. Josh Bonwell going to be the leader on the restart with Travis Rucker to his outside here. And Rucker's going to have to time this nicely. We're going to have 4 to go to the end of the race when we get the green flag. So it's going to be interesting to see how these guys time it and who goes with who. And if anybody helps anyone else to the front here. Some of these drivers with chase implications, some of them don't have any other things on their priority list here other than winning. Finishing on the lead lap as we still have 22 cars on the lead lap, some of them with damage, most of them clean overall though. And Bonwell, the control car here, will have to wait. He gets going now, good jump, but is it gonna be too much? Did he go too early? Is now the 83 with a push from the 04, but the 04 looking there, and now the 69 down low. That is Timothy Bates, I believe. Got spun out on the start. Maybe the 20. Just hooked him. 20 hooked somebody on the last one as we're 3 wide for the lead. Josh Bonwell, oh, contact, the beard. And they're still spinning, they're still in the wall, but somehow still keeping it up to speed out in front. As now I think they're piling up a little bit more. The 3 machine down in the grass. He gets back up on track, but they continue under green. Josh Bonwell now out in front. Tons of chaos there. We don't even have time to go back and find it. As Bonwell out in front, the 26 on his back bumper. That's Gary Whitmer Jr. is looking for a win here. Along with Jeremy Crandall, those guys all trying to capture a victory. Bonwell looking for his 2nd in a row. As we are now under caution. And I think quite a few drivers caught up in this one. Looks like David McCullough. It's probably going to take us to a green-white checkered finish here. As McCullough down low, he gets hit by Ken McCullough. I don't know what happened to the 29. He got hit by the 88 and sent through the grass. He's trying to hang on to it. I don't know how he didn't lose more time than that as he comes up and clips the 88, spins in front of traffic. He hangs onto it, but the 88 bouncing off that wall, I think. Interesting there as he backs it into that wall. The car is going to be hurt here for sure. Looks like it's crab walking just a little, not too bad. But the field getting gathered back up once again. And we are going to get a green-white checkered, but we got to do a few pace laps in between now and then. And Bonwell catching up to that pace car. He's been very strong here tonight. So at 44 of the 68 laps that have been run, so he has been dominant if you want to look at it that way. I didn't realize he had led so many. Gary Whitmer Jr. up here looking to challenge him for a few laps. Jeremy Crandall, Travis Rucker has led 7 laps here. It was mostly by staying out longer during a previous pit cycle, which cycled him out into the lead with a timely caution. Jeff Smith up here in the 5th position. Jeffrey Smith in 6th position. Matthew Lee in 7th. Andrew Melvin 8th. Brad Bothwell 9th. And Gregory Brandenburg rounding out the top 10 in 11th. We've got Gene Rogers, Tim Nose 12th. David Santini 13th. After starting on the pole, he is still running out there, looking to get back up towards the front, but he's got a few cars to go through. And Clint Cox right there in 14th behind him. Going to try and follow him through. Cole Johnson in 15th. Robert Vormwald 16th. Alec Conklin 17th. Jose Medina 18th. The Beard's still running out here. That car got beat up through that earlier incident. He was about 90 degrees sideways from what it looked like. And Timothy Bates now on pit road, getting service to that vehicle. Tyler Pluff caught up in an incident here, and Pluff with no nose on that race car He's the last driver on the lead lap. Chris McCullough actually getting a lap back after almost doing it earlier. He is now back on the lead lap. So he has had quite an up and down race here. Ken McCullough Jr. still 1 lap down. He has not been able to capture that after being involved in the last caution. I think that really put him behind here. So he's going to be 1 lap down and possibly another lap down as Ronnie Royal, 2 laps down, is coming up behind him to potentially challenge for the next lucky dog. If we do get another caution, which let's hope we do not, but looks like Ford Entertainment Group in chat says his money is on the 22. Jeffrey Smith. Saying toaster strudel time. We'll see if he can do it. Up in a good spot here in 6th. That car looks about as clean as any other one out there, so he's not going to be at any kind of a disadvantage. We've got Josh Bonwell's mom in chat cheering for Josh, of course. She's going to bet her toaster strudel that he's going to win. And Josh has been out front for the majority of the race, but it's unpredictable at these places. And you saw there, it was 3 wide before the caution broke out. And it's really anybody's game here. You know, if the 56 doesn't time this restart right, he could get swallowed up instantly and drop 2 to 3 spots before they exit turn 2. So we will have to see if he does anything different here, but he jumped it pretty early last time. And that definitely cost him as the guys on the outside were starting to close in. But now would be a good time to bring back up our sponsor here, iRacing Flea Market. If you need to buy or sell new or used sim racing gear, head on over to the iRacing Flea Market on Facebook. It's a great place to do so, and also get advice and talk to other members from iRacing. You can head on over there after the race tonight. We're going to be doing a random giveaway to a driver on the lead lap here in tonight's race. So there are quite a few still on the lead lap. Looks like 20 overall on the lead lap. So one of those 20 drivers is going to win an awesome giveaway tonight, and perhaps Ford Entertainment Group can fill us in on what that giveaway is tonight. Shout out to Renegade Coffee Bar. We haven't mentioned them throughout the broadcast yet, but Renegade Coffee Bar is a great pre-workout replacement bar made from fair trade Colombian coffee beans. It also added beta-alanine, which gives you a jolt of energy to make it through your workouts or just through your day. When I've had kind of a long day, or I think I'm going to have a long day, I take these Renegade Coffee Bars to help me get through it. You can head on over to renegadecoffeebar.com and check out their products. Not only do they have coffee bars, they also have some awesome merchandise. And you can head on over there. You can save 20% on your purchase using code RENEGADE20. So head on over there and check those guys out. As I believe we're going to be getting the 1 to go this time. The field kind of starting to look like they're going to double file here. And it's going to be about another 2.5 minutes back around after they do get that 1 to go. And then we're going to have a green-white checkered here to finish this thing out. And it's going to be all about timing your run here in this last couple laps. The outside line probably going to have somewhat of an advantage if they can get it working up there. So we'll have to see if they can get grouped up, get organized, and mount a charge. Travis Rucker here going to have to give a big push to the 26 machine. It's going to be between the Pepsi Camaro and the R&R Toyota. To try and mount a charge up high. We also got the 22 machine Jeffrey Smith up in this high line. He can jump out to the third line. He might be able to do it. He's going to need help from someone behind him. That's going to be Andrew Melvin right behind him. We've also got Matthew Lee down low at 04. He's still in contention here. And that car looks, I think, maybe the cleanest on the track. He's avoided almost everything tonight. And we are on the one to go, working our way down the back straightaway. Not sure how many green-white checkers they have allowed here, but hopefully we make it back to the white flag before they start tearing it up. Out in front, it is Josh Bonwell. He's going to have control of this restart. He's going to have Gary Whitmer to the outside. Last car on the lead lap right now is Tyler Pluff, that number 12 machine. No nose on that race car after, I believe, an incident under green there. That car is really beat up, but he's just hoping to limp that thing home for at least a top 20 finish if he can. Earn some points and get out of here and move on to next week at Atlanta, which will be a little bit more of a showcase of driver skill, but tonight it looks like Bonwell is showcasing his super speedway skill, and he has dominated so far, but will he be able to hang on? Here's pace car making its way onto pit road. The field now working into the tri-oval, and we're waiting for the 56 to get everything going here. He's got a familiar face behind him. That 73 machine pushed him for a majority of the early goings here, and they are underway. A little stack up on the outside line, but they are nose to tail up there already, in the 73 a bit of a space back to the car behind him, as we see, looks like the 22 of Jeffrey Smith dropping to the inside line. He's going to try and take advantage of that gap, and they're getting up to speed down low. The high line still moving as well, but there's less cars up there now, as also the 25 of Andrew Melvin drops down low. You're not gonna win down there. Somebody's gonna have to move up high and try and push, but right now it's Whitmer with a push from Rucker as they work down into turn number 3. We've made it this far, and if we get back to the white flag, oh, we've got Andrew Melvin down on the apron. He's able to hang on to it. Meanwhile, Bonwell still out in front. He's got Crandall all over the back bumper. When does Crandall make a move to peek out? They're getting a little bit antsy here. Going to be coming to the white flag. They're in the tri-oval now. Can they make it to the flag? Still shuffling side to side. Oh, man, they're wiggly. But white flag in the air. 1 to go in playoff chase race number 1. And it's Josh Bonwell. Last time he won at Indianapolis. He's looking for another one here tonight. He's got nobody on his outside challenging him. Here comes the 26 with a push from Rucker, trying to make it happen, but he's not close enough. He's gonna need a bigger push coming out of turn 4. They are closing, but they're not close enough, I don't think. The 26 gets a big push. He gets a wiggle going through 3 and 4. He's still trying to hang on to it. He can't hang on to it. They're losing ground. 83 hooks him, and they go around. Josh Bonwell out in front. Here comes Crandall to the outside. Can he do it in the tri-oval now? The 73 up high. They're still wiggling behind him. It's going to be nose to nose. They're going to do it. The 56 wins 2 in a row. Josh Bonwell wins at Talladega. Josh Bonwell, congratulations to the driver of the number 56 machine. He hangs on after dominating. 50 laps led here out of the 74 they ran. A heck of a race by Mr. Bonwell, and he goes back-to-back here in the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series. Jeremy Crandall going to finish in second behind him. Jeffrey Smith, that number 22 machine, finishing in third, all the way up from 30th position. Great run by him as well, but really all eyes on the 56 here tonight as he captures tonight's win and locks himself into round number 2 of the chase here. And he has the will to win tonight. That was a heck of a race between these guys. They did a great job here tonight in the iRacing Flea Market Ford Entertainment Group Series. Josh Bonwell out here celebrating right now. Trying to get a nice view of that race car. Josh Bonwell coming home tonight's winner. Congratulations to Josh, dominating race here at Talladega, and you don't see that happen a whole lot. He led 50 out of the 70 laps and comes away your winner, so great job by Josh here to capitalize also on the short run there and able to hang on. We're going to run through our full results here, and we're going to get out of here tonight, so you can go check out who's going to win the giveaway to one of the drivers on the lead lap here tonight. Tonight's race, Josh Bonwell finishing in first, and I apologize for the names not showing up here, as they added the C to the end, and that's what's showing as the driver's last names. But Josh Bonwell going to win the race here tonight. After starting in second, he ran a heck of a race and did everything he needed to do to win the event here tonight. In second place was Jeremy Crandall after starting in sixth. Jeffrey Smith finishing in third place. Great run for him. Jeff Smith in fourth. Gregory Brandenburg going to come home in fifth position. Clint Cox sixth. Seventh place was Brad Bothwell. Andrew Melvin eighth place. David Santini ninth. And rounding out the top 10 was Matthew Lee. Good run for the driver of the 04 as well. And you can see just from this top 10 here, 8 of the top 10 were Chase drivers, so they're all going to earn great points here and boost their chances of making it into round 2. In 11th place was Robert Vormwald, another Chase driver. 12th was Alec Conklin in the Chase. Cole Johnson, 13th, also Chase driver. Gene Rogers coming home 14th. Timothy Bates finishing in 15th here, Chase driver. Tim No, 16th. Tyler Pluff finishing in 17th, also a Chase driver. 18th was Chris McCullough. 19th was Jose Medina. And 20th was The Beard. They are, many of those drivers also Chase drivers, so top 20 full of them, and it's going to be a close battle going into next race. In 21st tonight, it was Gary Whitmer. 22nd, Travis Rucker. 23rd, Ken McCullough. 24th, Gary Whitmer. 25th was Ronnie Royal. 26th, Jeremy Poole. 27th, Jacob Plank. 28th, Matthew Correa, who ran up front for a good portion of this race. 29th, Sean Wilder. And 30th was David McCullough here tonight. In 31st, we had Ryan Gemmel. 32nd was Chad Ross. 33rd was Jared Daniels. 34th was Stephen Fogel. 35th, Russell Chansey. 36th was Robert Carroll. And the last driver to take a start here was Brett Beasley, one of the Chase drivers. Not going to earn too many points here, finishing 37th. Derek Schimmel did not make a start in tonight's race, but Josh Bonwell comes away your victor here in the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series Chase Opener. 2 wins in a row for Mr. Bonwell, and he is definitely on a hot streak here. Dominating fashion tonight. He ran incredibly well at Indianapolis the last time we broadcast, and looking forward to what he can do next week at Atlanta if he can sweep round number 1 of the Chase and go for 3 in a row here in the series. But we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight to the broadcast on VSPEED. We had a lot of viewers here on YouTube tonight where we broadcast these races, but we also broadcast over on Twitch over there for Wednesday through Saturday night races. So check us out on that platform as well. Give us a like, follow, whatever you want to do, and we really appreciate your support. You can also check us out on Facebook, where we announce each and every race before we broadcast. So that's a great place to learn about what we're doing throughout the week. Also, you can check us out on Instagram and Twitter, where we post special event news as well as new products and things of that nature. So check us out on those platforms and give us a like or follow. We really appreciate the support. But tonight's race was the Ford Entertainment Group iRacing Flea Market Series Talladega, and that should be a 70, but it's a 100 on our screen here tonight. But Josh Bonwell came out victorious. Heck of a race by these guys, and a good start to the Chase here tonight. So congratulations to all the drivers. Also head on over to the iRacing Flea Market on Facebook to see who wins the random giveaway here tonight. Thank you so much, and until next time, have a good night.